Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello there, people of the internet. Tonight we are missing a Jerry. He's still on his way home, so he had a long day at work. So you'll have to do with just me. Isn't that great? No, I didn't think so either. But since I won't be talking out of my rectum all evening, for some odd reason I now have a very sore throat, I decided to do this. I hope this works. It does. See? I'm going to paint. And I'm going to paint more of my Frostgrave Wizardy Wizards. But where are my manners? Hello, Danley, Tuffy, Spectest, Demon Sub, Orinokovic, Lorna Dutch, and Soap Dojo, and Dave Harbuttle. Yes, Dave, you can. No, I don't have the plague, I've just got a sore throat, and even if I had the plague, you're perfectly fine. Even germs have their pride. So let's do some lighting, illumination. See? That's much better now, is it? Hello, Emma. Let's see if we can ambiguate this a bit. Maybe a bit more. I think that's just the right amount of ambiguation. Now I need to get that remote out of my face. So, so this will be not as dull. I have some background music. Maybe not so loud. This is better, I think. Tell me if this music is too loud or too low on volume. The days, welcome. So most of my Wizardy Wizards have been painted using primarily speed paints, as you probably can see. As Banky tells, you can send me them. I might even paint them, but I will not guarantee you to that they will be sent back. That was a bit of a short notice, and I guess if Jerry had been filming all day, Ben has been doing his part of the business as well. So you will just do this. Demon, yes, I'm painting all 8 wizards simply because I love building these models and just, I mean, look at it. And yes, I may only need 2 for one warband, but if I ever want to play somebody who hasn't got a known force, I need another 2, and so, yeah, it will just go. Yeah, Ben sent a bill. The first 2 appearances were free, and now he's charging. Let's see. This is only detail work that's going to in, so if you have any interesting topics to go away, then chuck them in the comments. Otherwise, have you all read the what should call it? The forum entry by Warren on OTT. Bloody hell, there's no paint. There's no paint. I think the main topic he brought up was, yeah, let's go all travel together and have a good time while we're still here. A bit softer music. Is that better? And yeah, it seems like it can happen to us every day, even especially for those of us who are beyond their prime, to put it mildly. So basically, most people prior born to 1990 in the current day and age. I think the idea, in generally, to have a themed holiday with other like-minded hobbyists is a great thing. At the same time, I don't think I'd be able to afford any of it. Not in the slightest, unless for some odd reason he would decide to camp in the vicinity around here. We're all going on a summer holiday, so it's going to be... Yeah, I'm not going to be Cliff Richard, sorry. No, there are things I won't do, and that's one of those. I hope you can see a bit. This is just going to adding detail to anything. And if I suddenly go silent, that's because I really, really have to concentrate. I'm a terrible detail painter, I really am. So what are you lot up to tonight? Are you engaging in the forum with Warren? Are you doing your own hobby? Are you just relaxing, having a brew, a beer, or any other sort of drink? How is your temperature? Ironing, that's a good one. Oh, Tuffy, I'm sure somebody could pick you up. Slain Wave 2. And speaking of ironing, I feel very ironed too, because the day started with lovely 14 degrees Celsius. We got up to 33 by 4 p.m. and only now the temperature is starting to drop again. And my brain is literally not coping well with this sudden up and down on the weather front. Especially now, since it looks like it's going to start to rain any minute now. Rumbly 8, welcome. Oh, and Dutch, I've seen your entry on the forum thread for the battle report. And I think we would have talked about it if Jerry hadn't done an overly long workday today. Danley, how does that feel, doing hobby for the first time in a new home? I gotta be honest, I can't remember. Last time I did hobby was not in prior to this flat, in the flat before my prior flat, so long time ago. Well, over a month is a very short term in my book. What was I going to say? I can't remember. See, this is what temperature does to your brain. It fries your little helper cells inside. So you just go, hmm? Did I ever mention that I really love these sets from Osprey? These wizards are great. These are what I see as proper miniatures. You've got multiple pieces to put on and just create your own. Spanky, I think the first scenario will be something solo play, so that I get hold of the rules at some point. Because I haven't played anything yet. I've read the rulebook, and I'm very happy to say that it's translated, so I don't need to bother doing that in my head all the time. Because that's an added layer of obstruction. Really takes something out of the game. Yeah, getting back on track is hard, so don't maybe not jump in with any what's it called? Difficult tasks? High something you want to paint from the high standard, maybe just go with something you can just wing. The days, yeah, no, where is it? Demon's Up, you mentioned the modularity. Speaking of, what do I do now with all these surplus arms, heads, and tiddly bits? There's so much plastic left over. I mean, as you can see, there's also 2 sets of the mission thingamajigs for Frostgrave. So I don't know if I get this correct order. I think these 3 are the red herrings. I'm not sure if either of those is included, but there's also this little bugger. Just the door frame felt somewhat anticlimactic, so I knocked up something quick and dirty from XPS with a dry brush. Ah, that's a good idea, making a very many arms. So it's not the eye of the beholder, it's the arm monster of all-seeing eye. I don't know. Need some interesting title for that. What detail next? What detail next? Yeah, I see that even stuff that these sets add a lot of depth, but I think I need to start with getting a grip on the actual rules first before I go in any further. I'm struggling. Do I want to really paint eyes on these? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think there's these 3 without big heads that they can use eyes. They are very much visible. See, this is where I turn silent again because I need to concentrate and keep my shit together. There's just so many parts left. It's... I knew there would be some parts, but not all the parts. It's just like... I'll grab to my side. So we've got this sprue from the wizard set. That's still almost complete. The other wizardy set, that's Rob Blind. Many arms and heads. Even more arms and heads. And Plank Door number 3, more arms and heads. I think there's even, yeah, more gribbly bits. So, yeah, enough pieces to make interesting conversions. Just lacking somebody. Somebody. Yeah, Demon, I can see why you would get that impression. I bought the red herring set simply because I needed to fill up an order to get free postage, so it was either buying the red herring set or paying the equal amount on postage. So why would I pay postage? I mean, the heads could be stuck to pikes and just be dead heads somewhere. Some severed limbs. But there's so much left. I almost wish they would make a sprue just with bodies. For all your leftover tiddly bits. Here's one sprue, just bodies. Go nuts. I mean, that's one of the things that I like about the old space orcs from Games Workshop. You just need to go to places like what they're called, Cromlech, and get yourself some bodies, and you can have a lot more miniatures play. Hello, Toros. Yes, Frosty Grave paintings. Dear Jerry is out and about and should be home in any minute now, I guess. And then he needs to feed himself something to eat. The majority has been done with speed paints, but I don't think speed paints lend them very well to details. And I really love speed paints. I can't stress this enough. See, now I've made the first error. Almost. Well, breaking off something from a skeleton isn't too bad, I think. Just leave it on the base. So it looks like it has just been decapitated. Oh, and speaking of decapitation, have you not all seen the newish release trailer for Lord of the Rings TV series thingies? Painting of the speed paints works actually good as long as you use regular acrylic paints. If you have a rather dark tone of speed paint and you go outside of what you actually want to paint, you need to correct it with white or something other that's really covering up. If you do two different layers of speed paints over another, it will shine through. You need more layers to cover up. So I don't know if contrast paints are more forgiving in that way, but speed paints surely aren't. So you need to be a bit more careful with when applying if you don't want to put in extra work for correcting errors or spill. Oh, Spanky. Patience is a virtue? Somebody once told me. And then I slapped them. I'm pretty undecided, to be honest, about the new Lord of the Rings series. Mainly because the trailer don't really do anything for me. They don't grab me. Bloody hell, where's my black? Hello! Black. Oh, I see. I forgot. Now, all people in chat now must be very, very brave, because my old classic Citadel Black has gone the way of the dodo, and I still have some paints from that dreaded Warhammer magazine, so I will use Citadel base at a bottom back. Yes, I'm dancing with the devil here. I feel very dirty. Very, very dirty. Please don't judge me. Using Citadel paints. The Days House of the Dragon, is that a prequel to Game of Thrones? And if so, is it more blood, splatter, and sex, or is that with actual story? Because, yeah, I got bored of Game of Thrones pretty quickly. I don't think it's a problem when somebody does a very good adaptation of something. You just need to go and match the level, and that can't be that hard. But to be fair, Jackson screwed up The Hobbit completely, so yeah. Some barbarian flesh to correct errors on the eyes, because I just realized I painted somebody AI on top of his eyebrow. So, yeah. I might want to look into getting myself some of those magnifying glasses. More blood splattered sex. So yeah, I don't need to watch that then. If I want to see blood splattered sex, I just go to Pornhub or something. Something porn. The non-Matt Smith bits. Are you referring to the Game of Thrones series or the Lord of the Rings series? Can't tell. That name doesn't ring any bell. "200 years prior" seems to be some the new hot new take on anything people do these days. We've got established IPX, and now we do something that's happening 200 years prior. Oh, totally missed that one. Well, let that dry. And paint over it again. I really think for this kind of painting I need magnifiers. It's just I barely can make out where the tip is going. Insert penis joke here. See, I see it said insert penis. Crispin! Hello, man from the other side of the world. I hope you're doing well. At some point, you must tell me what the greatest movie ever made was. I think we haven't talked about that enough. Yeah, I mentioned penis, Crispin appears. That's, so it has been foretold. Oh, for all you lot who are into the other hobby that is computer and video games, currently there's the introductory stream with what's his face? Jeff Bailey? I can't remember. Jeff Keighley. And they've shown a good-looking game, which was called Dune. But the fucking MMO. Who wants an MMO on Dune? There's only one Kwisatz Haderach, so you don't need an MMO, you need just one. I hate MMOs. They're so boring. Oh, I might have seen the greatness, but does that really deter from us talking about it again and again? I mean, you seem to be quite happy mentioning it every now and again. Yeah, that's the new Saints Row has gotten a lot of critic fire. I've seen a review today, and yeah, it doesn't leave any good hair on that. That's what you get if you just go with the same old formula. You just run it to the ground. Yeah, an RTS or a single-player adventure could be also very good working, but an MMO and a survival MMO at that is just blah. Crispin, how's your castle reconstruction coming along? I don't think if they... Oh, the original... yeah, there was a two-part RTS way back in the day, which had been quite fun. Demon's Up, that's because it's a simple game. It's like going back to Tetris or Pong. It's just a simple game. You don't get overwhelmed with do this, do that. Here's something other you can do, and it's not as cluttered. Excuse my French. So let's see, where are mistakes I need to... Oh, there's one. And here's my lovely dry palette. More speed paints! Would you believe that this hat is actually called Fiercely Orange? To me it looks a very light leather brown. I don't know. Some colors on the speed paint range have very interesting proclamations on what color they are. Worst offender to date is Holy White. So, judging by the picture in front, it should be a rather white. This here in between his legs, that's what you get with Holy White. It's a lightish grey. That's a disappointment. I haven't tried the dip inks yet, but I guess they will do what Green Stuff World is selling them for. What I would like to see is that somebody will do a in-depth comparison of all these paints and do a test paint of all the paints with different primers on structured basis, like TWS has done with the original range of contrast paints, but that's by this time I think a undertaking of enormous proportions. See, I almost forgot to paint the owl. We need an owl. What do we want the owl to be? Since it's Frost Gravy, we go with gray. Close-ups of the figures. Sadly, I don't think this was going to work. Because I'm terrible at this. And the camera is actually just my smartphone to go. Let's see, does this work? Nope. Wait a sec. Oh, yeah. That's why I can't do anything here. Let's see. Does it work? Barely. I'm sorry, won't get any better. I don't know if I actually would want these colors to go through my airbrush. If I wanted something not completely opaque and covering, I'd go for inks on my airbrush. See, this is what I mean. That should be something other than this weird colory thingamajig. Let's see if we can make this owl a grayish snow owl. Nope, not with this paint. It's literally 0 pigments. Bloody hell. Needs more shaking. Civilization was an interesting game. I played Settlers to hell and back. Just because of the nice little dudes running around. And then, of course, StarCraft, Warcraft. Those were really fun back in the day. Orinoco Witch says that Picklejaw on YouTube did an airbrush test with paints. Some people have very interesting names. Oh, this is a bit better. Not great, but a bit better. Yeah, Demon Sub, I think that's one of the most irritating things in any game of Civilization. Having Gandhi come around and declaring war or just nuking you from orbit. It got so silly at times that I think maybe the coders behind Civilization intentionally had some kind of extra trigger for Gandhi to go nuclear all the time. Just for shits and giggles. I wouldn't put it past any PC game developer. They say it's a bug. I guess it's a feature. I can't tell you right now, Crispin. I've talked with got my name Yellow belly tabletop? No. What's his face? Sorry. Deepest apologies, but I'm so terribly bad at remembering names. We have been talking, but he's probably not going to do any stream at all. I think he said something along those lines. I think there were other things already in place, so the show on Thursday might just not happen. I don't know. I have left the comms channel open, so if he's going to do, I might appear. So now what I also wanted to do was add some scribbling to the book and the book he's holding and the parchment that he is holding. I'm contemplating on doing just some simple lines on the book because it's so tiny, but to do something silly on the scroll. Hit me up with silly ideas for the scroll. Don't be too elaborate, it needs to be done by me after all. Big hand showing the finger. I setting up something so elaborate, Demon Sub. If I try to paint Pete's banner on this small thing, I'd go mental. Also, give his content creator interview a read on the site if you're so inclined. A wee little squirrel. Oh, that would need to require me to make some sketching first, because I will only have one shot at that. So let me grab some paper. I can find something. I know I've got something around here somewhere. Tiny sketchbook. So this is about not so much space as I would have liked. Where's my bloody pen? Where's my bloody pen? Sharpening the pen. Hard pen. Oh, that's also a bit too on the nose. So basically I've got this as a space to paint. If I... yeah, that's more likely. This is not very much. Let's see. A squirrel is a tiny head. And a tiny body. Some legs. And a very furry tail. Some very, very furry tail. Currently building greeting cards, Taurus. Or surfing the internet, shaking head at my hobby, all those kind of things. Where did my... Let's see if this is going to work. Lucky for me, this is a brand new Winsor Newton Series 7. So potentially this could work. Since we all know what it's supposed to be, I think we could get away with it. If you don't stop that AI talking nonsense, I'll have you banned for the channel. I can't tell you, Crispin. I know that Pete had some... I don't know how to express this properly without probably misrepresenting him. There were reasons why we stopped beyond anything else. And currently, I just... It takes time, and with having 2 days in the week already completely dedicated to hobby and another 2 days having other chores, the evenings grow short. So I've thought about it at times, maybe, and I think we didn't do it on a Thursday, we did it on a Wednesday, if I remember correctly. I might actually, if I can manage somehow, let me rephrase that. I was thinking of doing something similar, but more spontaneous, not in a, yeah, this is planned to be done this day, more on the likes of, this Wednesday I've got spare time and I really wanted to talk about hobby, and then I might just fire up the Discord for whoever is there at that time. So I'm not saying that it won't happen again, but I'm not making any promises. Yeah, it was interesting, but at the same time, it's also a lot of work, and you need to keep people in line and not get distracted. Additionally, I think the town hall is open to everyone, so I'm guessing if you just wander in, I don't know if OTT has a voice channel that's permanently open. I think if there was a voice-only channel that's permanently open to anybody, you could just go in and chat with people. I know that some other tabletop-related Discords do that. Also, at that kind of level, you can just join with people into a combined painting session without being... without needing to go to things like this and go streaming. Maybe I should have a talk with Warren. Or just beg him to do something. Now, what do I do with the bases? So this is just some rough acrylic structure paste I put on, which happens to be white. But I don't think I want to leave it like that. Should I undercoat it white again? Go with an off-white, or just sprinkle more snow on top? You know what, Crispin? I'll grant you your wish. There will be some yellow snow, but not on the miniatures. There's this piece of terrain. And here's a speed paint yellow, which will look horribly. Let's see how this turns out. So So again, this should be a very bright yellow. It isn't. It's more an orangey. So, first time for me, possibly not first time in the internet. I will do a little wee-wee on this wall. So there's... Oh, doesn't really... Oh, yeah, here we go. Some splattering. And there it goes. Yeah, it definitely looks like kidney failure. It's a very reddish, orangey, yellow snow. Could also be that he has been drinking enough, so it's a hydration problem. Old people tend to have that. Also, I reckon getting your woolly out at sub-zero temperatures is a daunting task. So, Wizard Pete here. Hope you're happy, Crispin. You've got your yellow snow. Pale blue wash. No, Demon Sub, I don't want to do anything brown at that stage. This is... Next thing you'll make me do is make some very tiny TP paper. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. But, speaking of brown wash, maybe... I can either use aircraft colors, airbrush colors, sorry. Those are already very thin. Or even thin the speed paints more. I think I'll stick with speed paints for the time being. Simply because I thought I could get away with just using speed paints. Not yet, Crispin. I know in my local gaming club, which I haven't attended in 2 years now, there are some people playing, so there should be a player base of some description. So, blue, 2 dots, and then we add Voltaire. Oh, Crispin, I haven't been playing since the pandemic started. I've been hiding away at home when I'm not at work. Bigger brush. I don't need any excuse to buy stuff. It's my money. I've earned it. I can do whatever I want. So, you know what? I'm stupid. Spankitaz, are you saying I do odd noises? I mean, you're not wrong. Where does this bloody thing open? There. There's the base. There's something to hold the base. We are going to make a tester. More or less like that, Crispin, yes. I know it's the same at your end, so don't pretend otherwise. Grabbing Santa's sack. Oh, that's grand. If I ever feel inclined to get something again from Andy, I will hope that they will have it in stock at Battlefield Berlin, because importing from UK is just beyond good and evil. It's insane. 90% added VAT plus a handling fee of €6 for every shipment. So if you're buying a large order, you get a fuck ton of taxes added on top. If you buy a small order or just a single miniature, price is doubled because of the handling fee. It's mental. For that alone, I would like to slap Boris Johnson across the face with a hammer. I guess there would be some kind, but since Heresy is actually officially distributed by Battlefield Berlin, that would be my go-to place in future. Though I don't know how that works with them with what you call it, with limited miniatures, if they actually go out of the way to buy those. Yeah, Demon Sub, it's something. Last order I got was the skeletons from Walk Miniatures, the Battlefield bones. They're somewhere over there in the box. The Kickstarter price was, let me get this straight, €40 or something, and they added another 20 upon delivery. So yeah, great. That's really taking the fun out of it. Oh god, I think I missed the underside of the hats. How could I? Oh, here's my fiercey orange. Crispin, I wouldn't go as far as that, because simply due to the fact that how much miniatures Jerry has painted for OTT Beast of War, I guess he's still way in the lead. I'd be very surprised if I had more painted miniatures. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a leg up on our big fellow for once. But on the other hand, he's in the hobby much deeper than I am. Let's be honest. I took a 20-year break. More or less. And he worked in store. Well, even if we don't count the miniatures he's painted for work, I think he actually has more painted miniatures. The sheer number of miniatures he still has to paint is just so immense, gargantuanly high, that we don't see the painted stuff because it's just all over the place. Oh, and for all lovely fellas out there on YouTube who are actually with this video still, good job. At some point in the future, we will have a co-host again. Or I might even do some different videos. if I ever can find time and inspiration. Well, inspiration isn't the problem. I have some ideas, but those usually take an awful lot of time to be made into a video. For example, I would like to do a solo play on Frostgrave and Wasteland Warfare, in German, that is, and do a video for YouTube on that. But to do that, I A, need to understand all the rules, and B, I need to set up my filming equipment in the kitchen. Which, yeah, leads to some difficulties. Jerry should do a house tour of a video tour of his house. Now, I don't think we want a video tour of his house. What we actually want would be a some kind of what's that movie called again? Blair Witch Project kind of movie, where he goes through his attic and we see where all the miniatures are hiding. What do you call about just not Tim and Jerry? Jerry isn't just here because he had a long day, so I'm sure he'll be back next week. And I'm also very sure if he ever would want to not do the show anymore, he would just tell me, because that also would be very fine. This is a hobby after all. Nobody is under any obligations whatsoever. Which also means I could stop any day. But currently I won't. So I'd like to see if the thin blue paint works on the... what's it called again? Structure paste. But this isn't dry yet. And I really don't want to ruin these just by using blue paint on that. What to do, what to do. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's actually reminding me of a production street you could cobble up in Fallout 4 in your own settlement, just producing things. Fuck it, we're going to wing it. So either this is going to look good or it will be horrible. Here we go. I think this is still way too opaque. We need more water. Hello boy, welcome to the stream. Today, a very light-hearted one. I think I can thin this down as much as I want. The snow is going to turn blue. I'll just go with this one being blue. I'm blue, da-dum-dee-dum-die. Yes, indeed. And I still have nightmares about these audio cassettes you're referring to, Flaboy. My sister heard them to get to sleep every night on infinite repeat. Same as the dreaded elephant, the talking elephant in the zoo. Not any more blue, no. Will be, what did they call it? Back in the 80s when they did these commercials for feminine hygiene product replacement fluid. That's what this is looking like. I'm going to leave this as a tester to see how that looks when I go when it's get dry brushed. Yeah, but there's actually backstory to that little boy. Officially, he had some kind of allergy and went to live with his grandparents close to the North Sea, which I only found out 2 years ago. Crispin, your inner artist is a good thing as long as it remains inside yourself. In case anybody is wondering, Flipboy is referring to a children's audio play very popular in Germany called Bibi Blocksberg, and she had a, which is a little witch, and she had a little brother that was very prominent on the first episodes, and then somehow just vanished, never was to be mentioned again. And the official story is, yeah, he got sick, he's living with his grandparents at the sea, he's not coming back. I don't know if the actor was actually bailing on the project or if they just couldn't be asked to write him anymore. It's just a very funny coincidence. Where's my yellow? There's my yellow. I need to emphasize a bit yellow on this here warrior's staff. See, Crispin, there's a wizard's staff that's getting some yellow. Are you happy now? Yeah, possibly, Tuffy. I wouldn't put it past them. Bloody witches. To be brutally honest, no. Most German cartoons are just translated from foreign languages. I can't remember any decent German-made cartoon. Most we had that were very what's the word I'm looking for? God. Jeebus. Do we really need to get a dictionary now? TV series that were very famous and highly liked are usually imports over here. So even things like Biene Maya and Heidi or Captain Future were all imports. Nothing of real interest. The TV series Sendung mit der Maus, the TV show with a mouse, isn't a cartoon as such. It's more like a explanatory series of how things work, and the cartoons inside there are mostly also foreign, except for the mouse and her comrades themselves. But you don't need German for that because they are just acted. Yeah, we had Cat Weasel too. I'm guessing it's the same TV series because I've got the DVD set sitting in my living room. Except for the bases, I think I'm pretty much happy with these. I know there are things that I could add, but I don't know if I really want to, if you know what I mean. Our Inspector Gadget also wasn't a German TV show. Most of those were imports. I'll get you, Gadget, next time. Yeah, Dutch. The Heinzelmännchen were an invention of the ZDF, the second German public, what do you call it, TV channel, and they are just in between commercials. And Demons Up, don't forget Tom and Jerry. Maybe I'll do some. Ah! Oh, ow. Loki the Lion. Danger Mouse. What was the Ulysses 31, Jason and the Weird Warriors, Robotics, Mask, Transformers, Captain Future, Starcom, Marshall Bravestar, Space Bomber X, aka Starfleet, and leaving the realm of children animated shows, Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Yes, Flowboy, these are the Frostgrave wizards from Osprey. Multi-part kit, very fun to paint and build. I dare say there's so much to do with this spruce that you almost get some kind of fatigue and a creative block because there's so much you actually could do with these. No, something similar to Annalise Polaris. It's just you're so spoiled for choice, you just can't decide on what to go with. So many arms, options, and additional stuff you could put in. I mean, I've showed this earlier on stream. You literally have screws left over for months. You'd be very hard-pressed to unintentionally do the same wizard or similar-looking wizards out of the box. The only thing that's really easy noticeable is if you got, like these two, in the same body. Because the torso and legs is one part. Currently, I'm only error correcting some things I've just noticed I did wrong, or maybe have bothered correcting before. Yeah, Avengers was nice. Though I like the German title much better. With translated, it goes like, with umbrella, charm, and bowler hat. Sounds much more sophisticated than Avengers. But that's just me. Appeal. I think anybody that's around our age that has seen that TV series had some kind of crush on Appeal. And if not, boy have I got news for you. Mit Schirm, Charme und Melone, yes. Luckily, the blues went on much cleaner than the reds. I think I was just lazy with the reds. But I need some paint for the And the best thing about speed paints, if you use a dry palette like this one, if you leave that to dry, you just peel it off. It's grand. Here, my little owl. I hope I don't ruin your paint job now. I hate doing intricate detailing. I really don't like this. Dutch, see you tomorrow. Don't forget to keep your hands above your blanket. So this is now speed paint black over a gray, and it barely covers, but I'm pretty sure if I get cocky with it and impatient, I will be ruining everything. So bear with me while I try to keep my shaky hands to a minimum. Speaking of shaky hands, anybody in the audience also following MS Paints? No, I'm not talking about the Microsoft painting program. I'm talking about the YouTuber. Have you seen his recent videos? He's gone a bit mental, I think, about his production qualities. Though I like the way he's having fun with the audience. Health and Safety Frog, especially, is a very, very cute character. I think he still does. As far as I remember, and you might correct me, I think he's self-employed in doing special effects and camera work for hire. Eyes of the owl. How would you go about painting the inner eyes of an owl? Do we just go for black dots, or do we do something sinister like red glowing stuff? I don't paint them close. Welcome, Shadow Elf. Shadow Elf has his birthday today. Happy birthday, Philip. I hope you had fun playing, what's its face? The Binding of Isaac. See, Tuffy, red was my first thing I thought, but since his robes are already red, I think that could be too much. Instead, I'll be going with Hive Dweller Purple, which is reddish. Yeah, if the owl got pink eye, I think it got too close to the wall we were painting earlier. And can I just say that I love how you use so little paint with dropper bottles? So little paint gets wasted. See, the minute we talk about pink eye, dear Crispin awakes from his slumber. And what do we learn from this? Stay away from the rear. Oh no, I slipped. Almost ruining it. I think that will do nicely. Oh. I don't know about you folk, but I'm getting sweaty. I think I'll need to undress any minute now. And since this is a kids-friendly show, I'm going to say thank you. Blind. Not so blind. Almost bearable. Yeah, Dave, I could go into a hot tub. But I won't. It's way too late for that. Thanks everybody for entertaining me while painting my miniatures. I hope you had some fun yourself. Let's hope Jerry has got a fuck ton to do next week, so he will be joining our ranks. And if not, well, there's still the second half of that odd Star Wars video that we need to finish watching. And maybe we will see where the future will take us. Thanks everybody. See you next week. Bye.